Hello boys and girls, we are going to be using our watercolor set. If you don't have your watercolor set or you'd rather use markers, feel free. We're going to be using the set in a different way today. We are going to prepare some paint for our fingertips because we're going to do a little finger printing with one finger, with our pointer finger, and I think you're going to enjoy it. If you don't have your watercolors, you can use a marker instead. Boys and girls, we are going to be creating a tree with the shape of our hand. And we're going to be making the leaves hearts. We are going to be printing the hearts with one finger, our pointer finger. And that's how we're going to create the hearts on top of the tree, with printing. Okay, let's get started. Hearts. Hello boys and girls, this is me, Miss Kroll, and I'm going to show you a nice little lesson on watercolor painting, or actually it's going to be watercolor printing. You're going to use your set a little differently, or fingerprinting with markers. So our first step is to trace our hand to look like a tree. So I'm going to turn my paper ever so slightly, pull my wrist up onto the paper, and I'm going to carefully trace around my hand so that my fingers are going to be the branches of a tree. And I'm going to go around, and the wrist all the way down. Now you can take crayon and color this in. Later, if we have time, you could paint the hand in brown, but first we're going to add the bark of our tree. It'd be really fun to do a little owl in a hole or something here, something sweet. You guys can come up with some of your own ideas, obviously. You have a lot of wonderful creative ideas. But today, right now, I'm just going to add color to this hand to make it look like a tree and branches. Now, of course, we're going to be making this for someone special. And within our tree, we're going to have little hearts instead of leaves. Now, I know here in Wisconsin, the leaves have fallen off the trees, but way down south, in some of the warmer regions, they still have leaves on trees. And I'd like our leaves to look like hearts, so we're going to practice that. Might be harder than it looks. So, now that I have my little fingers colored in for my tree, I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to try and create little hearts with my fingertip. So what I'm going to do is, in my watercolor set, I could dip right in the red, but I would really prefer if you moved it over. So I'm going to pick it up and move it over. Make a little spot for me to dip my finger in. One finger. I don't want you making a mess. Make sure you have a paper towel. And I'm going to take one finger, I'm going to dip, and then I'm going to turn it so it looks like a little heart. Not too bad. I have big fingers. I should not use my big old fingers. Dip, dip. Dip, dip. I'm trying to turn it. Dip, dip. I think because you have smaller fingers, it's going to work better. My big old finger looks so huge. That's working out. You can see my fingerprints here. Dip, dip. I'm turning. I'm going this way, this way, this way, this way. And of course, I could take my brush and fix these up. But I kind of like them like little fingerprints like this. My little heart tree. Now, see, I've only got one finger dirty. Dip, dip. One direction, the other direction. Left, right. Left, right. Now, if you don't have your paint set, I'm washing my finger off. If you don't have your paint set and you have a marker, this is a really fun way to do a fingerprint. You take your finger and put a little marker on the tip, just on one, press, press. Well, that works pretty well too. But I think you have to press and color on each finger. You are going to have a very dirty little finger. One finger is going to be pretty messed up today, and you'll have to scrub it. Okay, but that's okay. And here we go. I think I'm going to use my paints because it'll go a little faster for me. And of course, I'm going to have to wash my finger. I'm going to try a different color, so I'm going to take a little bit of this purpley violet and bring it over to the top of my tray, wet my fingertip, and crisscross. So I have a little heart tree. I like it. It's fun. Finger painting again. I think I want to do every color. Maybe you could have something lovely on here. Little grass. You could write a message. You could have birds flying around. But each little heart really gets two prints. I'm going to dip my finger, wipe it off. I'm going to fix this one. Try not to dip your finger directly in your watercolor set. You are going to end up tipping it. Oh, I'm fixing a couple mistakes here. I like that. Wipe my finger off. I'm going to pick another color. I'm going to move it over. I'm going to do purple. Put it to the side. Before you close this set, you have to wipe up all these colors, right? You don't want them dripping in your set. Ooh, purple. And you could fill in the whole sky with hearts. It's very cheerful. I think the more we do these, the better we're going to be. The better we'll get at it. And if you mess up, just print right over it. No problems. Plus, some of them can just be dots. Ah, that's cheerful. And now, you could go back in and paint the tree. Now that I got some hearts on here, I don't know if I want to do that. But I do want to switch colors. Whoa, that's wild. There's so many hearts. Maybe on the ground I'll put little green ones like grass. Let's try that. I don't know. Just having some fun here. Yeah, I know you'll come up with an interesting idea. Here's my little green hearts on the ground. Maybe green snow or blue snow. We've had a lot of snow. And you should only have one dirty finger, so you didn't get too messy today. I'm gonna wipe this off. I have to scrub my finger in the bathtub. Okay, I think I might add brown to my hand. Let's see. I'm gonna wet this brown. It wasn't wet, so it's not ready to paint yet. You have to soften. Oh yeah, I like that. Really makes it pop off the page. Pretty. Maybe you could add some little polka dots, little raindrops around your tree. I cannot wait to see what you boys and girls come up with for this lovely heart tree. Make sure to give it to someone special.